Akwaba, and welcome to Expat Life Ghana. I'm Ayo, and this is Tony. Wait a minute, you're not Tony.
Nope, I'm Luke, and we are documenting our move from Texas to Ghana as we go beyond the return.
Hey, where's Daddy? What are we talking about today, Luke?
Money!
Oh Lord, okay then, let's get this video started. We aren't really talking about money, are we?
Technically, we're talking about how much it costs to live here versus in the States.
Oh, is it more or less expensive to live here versus the US?
That depends. If you want to buy onions, it's cheaper. If you want to buy Hot Wheels cars, it's way more expensive.
Okay, well, for this video, let's assume that most people are more interested in the onions than they are in the Hot Wheels cars. But just because people are probably curious, how much does a $1 Hot Wheels car cost here?
About 25 to 40 Ghana cedis, which is about $6 to $8
ouch! Okay, well, let's steer clear of that topic altogether. This video is going to focus on the cost of living, specifically what it costs for ordinary household expenses just outside Greater Accra versus just outside Greater Houston.
We did a video like this last year, didn't we?
We did. It was all about setting the budget for living in Ghana. It was based on our prior visits before we moved here. And let me tell you, prices for a lot of things have gone up since 2019 when we first made that budget.
People back in the States always want to know if it's cheap here.
It's not.
But you do get more money for your US dollars.
That is true.
6 Ghana cedis is about $1 US.
Absolutely. But if something here costs 6 or 8 times more than it would in the United States, then it's effectively the same cost, despite that favorable exchange rate.
I'm taking personal finance in my online classes right now, and budgeting is a big thing. So how are we going to compare US costs and Ghana costs?
Okay, well, so we are a family of 4, and we lived in a suburb outside Houston before, and now we live in a suburb outside of Greater Accra. We are living in a pretty similar manner, if not just a little more basic here.
That's true. I had to share a room in the States, and I have to share one here too.
It builds character, son. It builds character.
And I didn't have a phone in the States, and I don't have one here.
Okay, so like I said, we live a very level lifestyle here as we did in the States. We aren't going to give you a line item on every cost we have here. It's just not going to happen.
But if you are interested in that, there is a budget planner and template available in the Facebook group. So the link for that is in the description.
That is a good point. Thank you very much. So what we are going to tell you is how things compare. For example, first up is housing.
Our rent in Ghana is a quarter of the mortgage and property tax in the States.
A quarter? A quarter? Wow. I mean, that means that if you're interested in moving, plan on about a quarter of the housing costs relative to the national averages compared to Texas.
Our house here is smaller though.
It is smaller, you are right, but it has everything we need and it's in a nice neighborhood. So, you know. The electricity bill came down by a third moving here. A third.
Daddy ran the AC in Houston all the time.
He sure did. And our electricity bill in the States was always very high, like $250 or $300 a month or more.
Yeah, we refill the meter here a lot too.
We do, but it's about $65 a month, so it's much better.
Water and gas are about the same as they were in the States.
They are, but what is significantly higher than what we paid in the States is what we pay now for internet.
I miss internet. Whoa. I miss unlimited internet.
I know you do. We pay 1.5 times what we paid in the States for internet here. And it is not unlimited. It is not high speed. And it is something I feel I have to ration so that there's enough Wi-Fi left over for me to do my work online.
And it kind of sucks that we can't just watch all the shows on Netflix that we want to all the time.
Okay, we have cable, and that's about 1/5 of the cost of what we paid in the States.
Yeah, but they rerun the same episodes all the time and don't have as many channels.
Okay, we still pay for Netflix, for Prime, and for Disney plus the cost of the VPN so that we can still get US shows, which means the costs for all of those are exactly the same as they were in the States.
Okay, let's stop talking about it. I'm getting sad.
Aw, it's probably won't make you any happier then when we talk about our mobile phones.
Can I have one?
No. But for those of you who do have a phone, the cost of airtime and data is roughly 20% of what you'd pay in the States. But that will depend on how much you use your mobile data.
You take your little box with you.
I do. I have a little MiFi box that I use for my work internet, and I throw it in my purse when we go out. That way I always have internet and I don't have to pay for the additional services.
Can I please have a phone?
No.
Hi, I'm Leo. Subscribe right now.
Aw, that doesn't make me happy.
Okay, well, what about the truck? Does the truck make you happier?
I like our truck.
Well, we pay at the pump about 2/3 of what we paid in the States. So if you have a car here, the price for gas is pretty flat. That will totally depend on how much you drive here versus there.
We had 2 cars in Texas and we only have 1 here.
That's a great point, but I had a hybrid vehicle and I only filled it like twice a month with about 8 gallons of fill, so...
That's all.
Yeah, I miss that little car. Anyway, if you plan on having a car, your insurance premium will be about 20% of what you paid stateside.
But the cost for maintenance and repairs will stay the same.
Oh my God, actually the price for an oil change here is more expensive than in the US.
Really?
Yeah. Ugh. Okay. Let's talk about the thing that takes up a huge part of everyone's monthly budget.
Food!
Yes, food. Y'all kids eat too much. Our food budget has actually increased a little more than 35%.
Is that a lot?
Yeah, it's like a couple $1,000s. You heard me, dollars more a year.
Why is it so much more?
Well, y'all eat too much, and the cost for market items is actually less. So the price for tomatoes, onions, peppers, and okra is actually cheaper. And fruits are cheaper when they're in season, but out of season, a lot of things get much more expensive because we have to get them at the grocery store, and that means that they're imported. Our biggest hit on the budget is actually for meat and for cheese and dairy items, and then all those snacks that you and your brother like so much.
Guilty as charged.
And anything that is even remotely American or imported is going to be super expensive.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. Just know that you may be able to curb this budget increase by eating a little more Ghanaian while you're here. However, if you like to eat cheese or eating out at nice restaurants once in a while, your overall eating budget will go up.
So, is it cheaper to live here or in Texas?
It costs us about half as much to live here as it did to live in Texas when it comes to household things, the ones that we just talked about. But there are more things in a budget than just that.
Yeah, in my personal finance class says to add in healthcare, education, and toys.
Did it really say toys?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you're right, except for the toys part. Other expenses add up that are outside of these general cost of living things we just talked about. So we didn't include house maintenance either. And here, when you're a renter, you are mostly responsible for the costs associated with maintaining your property. We also didn't include that partially because it's so specific to where you live and the kind of property you have, and also it depends so much on the agreement that you have with your landlord.
But it's still cheaper to live here.
It is still cheaper to live here. But here's the thing, once we remove rent from our cost of living expenses, the Ghana budget is only 75% of our total Texas budget. So we're only saving about 25% of what we spent in the States on things like food, internet, petrol, and electricity by living here in Ghana. What we save on most is the rent.
Well, that kind of means that it is expensive to live here.
Yep, it actually is exactly what it means. So if you think you're going to come here and save all kinds of money, remember, Greater Accra is a rather expensive place to live.
And the cost of Hot Wheels is through the roof.
Oh my gosh, again with the Hot Wheels.
Hey, I just call them like I see them.
I guess. Okay, well, people know what it costs to live here relative to the States, and that's what we wanted to share with them. Do you want to do Daddy's sign off? Okay, I got an idea. Leo! Yeah? Bruh!
Ciao for now.
Good job! Things in a more than I'm totally recording all of that. You know that, right? Mm-hmm. Good job. You ready? Mm-hmm. Shh, quiet on the set.